Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another bit of breaking news. Chelsea have given us a here we go. Well, Fabrizio has given us a here we go before the Champions League final. And we're not even going to pay attention to the fact that there's a big game tonight. No, Fabrizio, we're just going to start dropping bombers. Start dropping bombers on an evening. On a Saturday evening when people are trying to chill, trying to relax, trying to prep for the Champions League, the big Champions League final. And this brother's dropping reports, dropping a whole heap of news, a whole heap of gossip. Listen, you know that I'm a fan of this one. You know I'm a fan of this one. This deal. It's Tosin from Fulham for free. I thought Newcastle were going to get this guy. You know, we saw the tweets. We were starting to see some links that they were pushing on with the deal, advanced talks. I think it was Tosin and Lloyd Kelly, I think it was, at Bournemouth. They were looking like they were going to do a double swoop, 2 free transfers. And I was thinking, that's good business for Newcastle. I'm kind of annoyed. I would like for us to go for this guy. It was him and it was Anderson. When we talk about experience, bringing in some experience, this is the kind of player that I meant, you know, is someone, doesn't have to be world class necessarily, you know, that is something that, you know, if you sign those players, they are 300k, they are 350k. We know that's not what we're aiming for on this wage structure, but you can make moves like this and it will make differences to the side and it will help the growing pains in terms of tuning up, managing a game and seeing it out and not making silly errors, not making silly mistakes and going to 2-2 at home to Arsenal, etc. I really like this signing. I think this is the kind of signing that an Edwards would make at Liverpool and people would be giving him a clap and a pat on the back. You know, when we talk about players coming into big clubs, people always look at the clubs sometimes that they sign from and they think, he must be mid. He's come from Fulham. He must be mid. He's come from Hull City. And a certain Andrew Robertson, best left back in the Premier League, came from Hull City. So it's not really about where they're coming from necessarily. It's what you're watching. And whenever I've seen Tosin, I don't watch every single week, obviously, but, you know, when Fulham are playing the big teams in particular, we put it on. We do a watch along. We do a sacrificial Saturday and Sunday. When I see Tosin, I see a good player. I see a good player. Now, is it of any coincidence that this guy is a former Manchester City graduate again? You know, we just did a video where I was, you know, Googling on looking for former Manchester City players that had come through the ranks and been let go, that may have worked with Joe Shields, that may have worked with our new manager, Maresca. And this man has done all of those things. He's worked with the manager. He's worked with or been scouted by Joe Shields, been at Manchester City. And I think it's a good signing. I really do. We're going to talk about the repercussions because I think a lot of people are talking about the repercussions. But when you're signing someone on a free transfer, 26 years old, very, very good in the air. I think he's 6'3", is it? We'll double check, make sure it's absolutely spot on that. You know, mid to high 60s in terms of percentage of aerial duels won. Quick player, like I said. A very good, you know, tackler as well. When I'm watching him, this guy has long limbs, so he's able to get in front of players and nip the ball and take the ball before they even get it. You know, like I said, it's a kind of defender that makes sense for the system. If you're going to be defending out wide, you're going to have your centre backs defending in wide areas. You need a bit of pace. 6'5", is it? Okay, 6'5". So yeah, 6'5" doesn't surprise me because, like I said, very, very good aerially. We know this team is a bit too short. Maybe it's a little bit, you know, on the small side, especially in midfield. We've had to kind of forego the height in those areas. We don't have your necessary, you know, aerial beast in a 6 position. So we have to compensate, right? We have to compensate. And I think this is the type of player that I know people are talking about Trevor Chalobah. We'll talk about him later. He is better than Trevor Chalobah in the air. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And Disasi is better than Trevor Chalobah in the air. But the issue with Disasi is, does he have the pace to defend in wide areas? Is he able to defend in that high line? You know, that's the problem. And to mirror it all together, bring it all together, this is what this signing kind of does. And like I said, on a free transfer, you can't really go wrong, in my opinion. Sometimes when you make a free transfer, like a Malang Sarr or a Go Diego Go, you know, Go Diego Go doesn't go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? He took no adventures whatsoever. That brother went to Lyon, didn't even get on the bench. Those are a waste of everybody's time. We can smell that. You know, we have good smell here. We have a good scent for this type of shit that we do sometimes. We buy these players, we bring in these players, and we give them 100K a week, and we pay an agent fee, but they're coming in on a free, and they don't really do anything. They don't really have any you know, real necessary need to be at Chelsea. They're not going to they're not going to complement the first team. This is not that. This is not that. Ignore the rivals in the chat. Some of them are angry. They're going to start calling them shit before they've even, you know, it's part and parcel. It comes with it, guys. Don't worry about it, Chelsea fans. Just let them lash out, you know, dashing toys out, prams and whatnot. I want business done early. I don't want a lot of business done, but I want the business done early. If this is the trend for the transfer window, we're going to get deals done before the Euros even and pre-season. We're going to have players ready to go to learn the ways of the new manager, to learn the system, then very good. Don't let it be a situation where you're bringing in, and don't let me do 7 here we go confirmed streams this summer. You know, don't let me have to do 7, 8, 9. You're bringing in 4 or 5 players. You're taking off the positions, which everybody kind of knows the positions, right? Goalkeeper, centre back, left back, striker. Maybe it's a winger. You're taking off those positions one by one. You're bringing in experienced players that have played over 100 Premier League games, right? Or have played a significant amount of Premier League games or higher, you know, top tier leagues, you know, top 5 leagues, a strong amount of games. You're bringing in players that are going to affect the team immediately. They're going to be able to come in, do a job, handle business. That's what this signing can do. Now, people are already trying to level him as to where he, you know, fits within the centre-back kind of regime. Does he start? Is he a bench player? I personally don't care. I'll be so real. I don't give a damn where people want to rank him and rate him. If you see him automatically as a backup, if you want to see him start. And for me, I just hope meritocracy exists. It doesn't. Let me just get out of it. Politics exists. If this brother comes in and does a brilliant job, I hope he can consistently start at centre-back next to whoever the left footer is going to be, whether it be Colwell, whether it be Badiashile, again, on form. Meritocracy. I would love for this guy, if he was to come in and he's handling business, he's playing well, which I think he will. I really like the signing. Like I said, I was kind of annoyed when I saw Newcastle moving. I've seen a few Man United fans. I've seen Liverpool were linked with this guy previously as well, but I've seen a few Man United. He had some really good performances against Liverpool. So I do think they were, you know, not openly going for him, but I do think they were looking at him. But Man United fans are not happy as well because they feel like they should have gone for him. You know, they should have moved for him because it's a free transfer. Again, you really can't lose. He's not going to be on high wages. Don't listen to Newcastle reporters saying, oh, he's gone there for the money. He literally lives down round the corner in Fulham, playing for Fulham. So it's an easy move for him to make. He doesn't have to move house. He doesn't have to even change his route. You know what I'm saying? Brother still probably gets the same TFL line. He doesn't even have to change nothing about his daily routine. But we know we're not offering high wages. We heard the same shit last season with Lavia and Caicedo. Ignore all that bollocks. One thing we know about these directors is we're not offering high wages. That's actually something that we complain about. Something we don't like when we're talking about maybe marquee signings. But with these players, I don't know what he's going to be on, but it's not going to be on a lot of money, you know, and I don't think we need to pay him a lot to convince him. He is coming from Fulham. I think he'll rise to the challenge, and he might be comfortable in London, but it's going to come with a motivation to want to prove yourself at a club like this, and hopefully, you know, get us back to where we need to be, which is in Champions League spots. I don't mind about, you know, how much he plays, if he's on the bench, if he's starting. It doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't. At the end of the day, he's going to come into the team. It allows us to not panic in the centre-back market if Chalobah goes, which he probably will. If Disasi, I mean, I don't know with Disasi. I don't think Disasi is perfectly suited for the system that we're about to try and play, the football that we're trying to play probably next season, even though I do like Disasi's personality. And I think Disasi could be a good centre-back for other clubs that maybe play a different way. But if we're going to play a real expansive, invert your full back and defend out wide, and it's just not really Disasi's game to be playing in that expansive kind of defensive setup, in my opinion, then, you know, you got to look at selling him. When I was doing my winners and losers list, he was in the losers pile along with Chalobah because pure profit, and the manager's not going to say no because he's not the manager, he's the head coach. But I think it's a very good signing, man. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's a very good signing. Like I said, if other clubs that hadn't been moving so crazy in the window previous windows, if they had made these moves, people would have been saying, I've been very impressed with Tosin this season at Fulham. Yeah, some good games, free, low cost, smart deal. It's not Chelsea splashing 50 million, 60 million. And you know me, I don't compliment every signing. I very rarely compliment it. So it's only really Enzo, Lavia, Caicedo, Mudryk. You saw how mad I was moving when we did that deal. You know, many deals I'm like, yeah, you kind of have to trust the directors. Not too sure. This one, I like this deal. This is a very sensible, smart deal. You can't really go wrong. Like I said, the repercussions, people are talking about repercussions and what happens to this and happens to that. That's a different conversation. But in terms of the player by himself, he's coming in. The set piece coach needs players that can win, you know, balls in the air. He's going to do that. At 6'5", he is going to do that. He's going to help us defensively and in an attacking sense in terms of the set pieces. So we need to have that, you know, kind of tied up. Let's see what's going on. He's good on the ball. Yeah, I like when I watch him on the ball, man. He plays very brave passes. He's very happy to fizz. I think maybe coming from the Man City Academy as well. I know it was maybe a while ago. He's 26 now, so maybe we're talking about 4 or 5 years ago. But you'd hope that the fundamentals that they're going to teach you in that academy, it's kind of like having Chelsea's academy on your CV as well. It holds weight. You know, it's something that holds weight in the football industry. It's like working for Pep. You know, you work for Pep, you've been one of Pep's assistants. That's almost as good as managing a club itself. So certain things hold weight. I think Man City are getting to that point with their academy where it does hold weight. It does, you know, it does kind of, you know, it gathers some pace. If you've played in that academy, people are gonna, you know, look at you twice instead of once. And I think he's you know, he's very good on the ball from what I've seen. But coming from that academy, it's just no surprise, is it? You know, he should be good on the ball. They're not playing any other way over there. So yeah, man, it's not one of those like exciting confetti, you know, klaxon deals, but it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. And I'm glad we got it done early because, like I said, people have been talking about centre-backs with us for years. And we've brought in centre-backs nearly every window, which is ridiculous, you know. It's annoying that, you know, certain players are going to be so obsolete literally 12 months into their career. We're talking about Sanchez, maybe potentially Disasi. However, it doesn't mean that because we were annoyed with previous business or previous business not worked out that we're just going to, you know, say that this business is not good. I think this business is good. A healthy Fofana makes these rankings irrelevant because he moonwalks into the lineup. Well, he has to, yeah. I mean, when you spend 80 million on Wesley Fofana and he wasn't part of that wage structure that we're doing now, you have to remember he came in the first summer with Aubameyang and Koulibaly and Sterling. So he's, I don't know what wages he's on, but it's on good money. What do you can't believe? You know, he obviously is a starter if he comes to the level that he was at Leicester. And that's something that I'm still factoring in. I think it's one of those situations where it's very frustrating, much like Reece James. I'm hoping that this is the turning point for Fofana when he does get back fit. I'm not confident. I'm just pure hopium. Yeah, not confident, but pure hope. If Fofana can get back to the level that he was playing at Leicester, and he can gradually get back to that level, I agree with you. There is no competition at that right side centre-back spot. He's walking in, he's moonwalking in, he's dancing in, he's gliding in, whatever you want to call it. Quick, good aerially, you know, just very intelligent 1v1 defender. Just brilliant. Just a brilliant defender. Good on the ball. Man of the match against us in the final of the FA Cup when Chilwell didn't get his goal. Like for me, he's the centre-back that people look at and say, right, that's a guy that can be in the France squad. He's the guy that can be contending. People will laugh, but when he was at Leicester, I don't know if he was in the team of the year, but I think he was borderline team of the year levels of performance. And I think he could have been on that trajectory before the injury. He would have been, you know, starting for France in centre-back position. Maybe with Saliba, people will think. And you get Upamecano out of there. Konate, obviously, he's a very good defender at Liverpool as well, but don't think that he doesn't have his mistakes. We saw quite a few games in a row back into the season where Konate was making errors as well. So I would be putting Wesley Fofana into that category of defenders with Saliba and Konate. You know, Liverpool and Arsenal fans always having their argument back and forth. The problem is, are we going to get that player back? I'm not confident. I'm hoping. Now, that means you kind of need to leave a little bit of room potentially for it. I don't want to go into a season saying that he's going to be fit and healthy. So, of course, you need to bring someone in. You need to make sure you're covered. Maybe he's like the 5th centre-back. He's like the bonus centre-back. So you don't leave yourself short, which I think is wise. But at the same time, if he gets back, you know, to that level, then you know, he's a big needle mover, man. He's quick, you know, and this is the thing. I can't remember what game it was where he did come back and we maybe used him and we were able to move the line up. But if you're going to be a team that plays with the ball And you're going to be a team that even if you want possession, you have to press somewhat. Not saying that you got to press, to a stupid, crazy level that's going to kill your players, but you've got to be able to retrieve the ball as quickly as possible, right? You're not a possession-based team, and then when you don't have the ball, you drop your line all the way back to the box and then just sit and wait to get the ball. You graft for the ball, you go for the ball, you get the ball back as quickly as possible. To do that, you need to be compact. To do that, you need to play a high line or at least play a high-ish line. And to do that, you need pace. And that is what Wesley Fofana would bring. He brings the pace. He's a great recovery defender. So, yeah, man, listen, it's one of those ones where it's hope. He's one of the biggest needle movers. Him and Cuckoo and Reece James are the three biggest needle movers. If they're all fully fit, they're changing lives. However, it's ifs. So whilst we're waiting, whilst we're praying, you got someone like Tosin that goes in there and has the pace to play a high line and has the ability to play passes, is good aerially, so he brings a lot. Not saying that he's going to be perfect, but when you're not paying a penny, you don't need to be perfect. You know what I mean? You just need to be of use. And I think he is. Now, what does this mean? Because Fabrizio was doing a lot. I'm not going to lie. Fabrizio was doing a lot, man. That guy was... I was lying in my bed, because my back's kind of hurting a little bit. I don't know what's going on because I'm 27. And, just because the bed wasn't of the highest of quality doesn't mean now that suddenly my whole life should my whole life expectancy should drop. But I don't know what's happening. Maybe some people in the comments in their 30s can help me out. Is this the life I'm destined to live now? Where it's just back pains and neck pains if you're not sleeping on a 5-star hotel bed. I don't know what's going on. But I don't even know where I was going with that, bro. No, I know. I was lying in bed, I was chilling, and I'm seeing Fabrizio is just like tweeting. I'm like, brother, would you not rest? Like, some of us are actually like trying to get ready for the Champions League. You know what I mean? Like, we've got Champions League stream, watch along, looking forward to it. Dortmund versus Madrid. We can address this in the morning on a Sunday, on the day of rest. You can work when we rest on the day of rest. No, this brother's tweeting. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to compile all this information for you guys. We're going to talk about it tomorrow morning. Lord and behold, here we go. I said, brother, oh, Jesus Lord. we must go live. So we're here. But one of the other names, well, two of the other names he was mentioning was Summerville from Leeds and Olise as well. It feels like every summer we have a beef with certain clubs. We had Barcelona a couple years back. Every single deal, it felt like, was Barcelona linked. We had bare beef with Barca. It was brilliant. This summer, maybe it's Man United. Because I'm not for a second going to believe that Man United don't have a little bit of interest in Summerville because he's Dutch. So immediately that should just ring bells. But they definitely have interest in Olise. And Man United fans are fuming that they didn't get Tosin and potentially will then get Trevor Chalobah instead. And we were speaking with Flex about that in the video earlier. Check it out after the stream if you haven't. Really good video. So, it feels like Man United are going to be, very close to us this summer. Mud Brothers are back, so I'm just saying, one thing I do know, and I don't take pride in this, but it's facts. We do love a transfer window around here. Yeah. I don't know about you lot under Ineos, but over here, we do love a transfer window. We do love some signings. Yeah. So you're fucking with the wrong one. I'll be real. You can do the whole FA Cup, thing and Conference League thing. But if you, man, were looking for dopamine on these deals, you're fucking with the wrong guy, bro. Because I'm telling you, we live for this. This is what we do. We were born for this. Right now we're in our element. The season's finished. No more football. We rise. Now we're here. So I don't know, man. I'm quietly confident that we could actually get these players ahead of them. It's kind of what we do. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. But Olise, I think his brother just signed a new deal. Obviously already lives in London, doesn't have to board a train, and there's a lot of train cancellations. Saeed's always saying trains are a little bit spooky, so, Olise, you don't need to go through all that trouble, to see family members. Your brother's down here, he plays for Chelsea already. You're very settled in London. You're big friends with young Philly. Last time I checked, young Philly doesn't live in Manchester. It would be a damn shame if you had to keep traveling up and down on very, very messy trains. You know how the government's going right now. It's not particularly reliable. It's just easier to stay in London. I'll be honest. It's very easy. You don't need to move. Everything's here for you. Joe Shields is here. You got former, kind of. I'm just saying, it's just easier. It's just easier. I don't really need to say too much. It's just a lot easier. I just think logistics wise, moving furniture, just trying to rack up the costs. It's not really viable, is it? So yeah, probably got a good barber down here as well. Do you really want to break up with your barber and go and find a new barber in Manchester? Probably not. So, I don't want to say too much, but I just feel like it's kind of easier to stay here. Let's see what's being said here. You blue £1 billion bottlers not getting Olise. Come fight us. Come fight us for Olise, bro. You see me, yeah? You see this right wing stockpiling? I've been saying for the longest, stop with the right wingers. Esteval, we need to chill. All these brothers coming in, we need to chill. See Olise? Brother, come fight us now. Come fight us for Olise, please. I dare. Because it's very similar to Liverpool when Cole's a Liverpool fan, Olise's Man United fan. We don't care. We don't care who you support. We don't care, okay? We're not interested in who you support. That's not important, yeah? This is important. Money, yeah? Yeah? Fight us. If you're bad, come. We're ready. We're ready for war. It should be interesting, man. We don't actually it's not a necessity for us. We're just greedy, and it's one of those players that is systemless. I don't think in modern football they exist a lot. Systemless players, right? Because maybe the quality of individual brilliance is dropping. However, Olise is one of those systemless players. He fits under any philosophy for any manager. He's just that guy. Like, he has got too many, attributes to give to the game to be limited to anybody's, system or positional play. He will just rise regardless. He's, some players are just that techie, and I believe he's one of those guys. So I'm a big fan of Olise. And I'm not really too, well, I shouldn't say this, but the injury record, people talk about it a lot. I think sometimes it's overdone and overplayed. I kind of just want to take Roy Hodgson out of that, and just see what the injury record looks outside of Roy Hodgson's tenure, because that brother was just rushing him back every moment he could to get him back into the team because he was one of the best players. But, since he's gone, I don't think there's been any injury issues. So it's one of them ones. I don't think it's as mad as people say, but Chelsea are a little bit spooky. Man United are spooky. Maybe we just make it worse. I don't know if we hit our players, knees with hammers in training. I don't know what the rehabilitation recovery sessions are like. Maybe it's just like that, I'm saying? I don't know. If that's the case, then maybe Olise shouldn't come to any of our clubs, to be honest. He might not have a career. Saeed was crying. Yeah, let that man cry, man. In fact, I'm gonna ring him anyway. I'm gonna ring him for the watch along. So yeah, let that brother cry, man. Tweeting all day. Bro, Chalobah is a good player. I don't understand Man United fans. You've had Eric Bailly. You've had, Lindelof. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got injury-prone centre-backs now as well. Varane always had a little tweak to him. Martinez as well. Maguire, come on now, in a high line. High line for life. It's not really making sense, mate. Listen, Trevor Chalobah is a good, honest, solid footballer. He's versatile, plays multiple positions. He's an intelligent player, good passer of the ball. The one thing I will admit is aerially, not great aerially, but, that's what Lissandro's for. Brilliant combination aerially, those two. I think it would balance out brilliantly. All I'm saying is if you're going to take him, because personally, I think 25 million is a bit too much of a bargain, right? We're not friends. If you guys will put in a £40 million offer, then I think business can be done. 35 with add-ons, 40. I don't want to get too greedy. He is English, HG. You know what I'm saying? Could even be an English international. I think sometimes, that is a conversation that can be had. Some of the players that make it in centre back, I think Chalobah's name could be put in the hat. He's a very good player. We don't want to let him go. But for you, we have a existing relationship with Mason Mount, and we've done deals before. You tried to take Cucurella on loan. For you, my friend, we can do a price. It's negotiable. It's not one of those indispensable players that you can't negotiate with, like a Reece James. We can negotiate. Just need to respect the existing relationship that we have, Man United. So, like I said, 35 to 40 million, and I think we can agree something. You saw how good the Mason Mount transfer is going. We're severely, significantly pissed. Unfortunately, we had to have Cole Palmer instead. It's been a bit of a struggle for us, as you know. But again, good deal for yourselves. England international. So, you know, we had a relationship with Arsenal. It worked out very well for them. They had Willian, Petr Cech. We could have a similar relationship with you too. You know, it doesn't have to be toxic, but you just need to respect the price. You know, don't turn up to the market when we're giving out good prices and try to lowball us. We're not stupid around here. So, you know, I don't know why Saeed's crying. Trevor Chalobah's a good player. I don't like this nonsense from Man United fans trying to pretend like Trevor Chalobah's not a good player. Yeah. Stop that nonsense. Yeah. You guys are not those guys. You're not Man City. You're not one of those teams that can look down upon Trevor Chalobah. Like, you need to fix up, look sharp. So yeah, point me to your head of negotiations team, man, and let's talk money. Let's talk money. We might even be able to throw in a Benjamin Chilwell in there as well. I'll be real. You know, Luke Shaw's very injury prone. Malacia, we only saw him at the cup final there and the celebrations. If you need a sturdy, strong, kind of consistently available fullback, and he's English as well, again, homegrown status, Benjamin Chilwell could be your man. You know, this is another Champions League winner that we could part with. He's experienced. You know, he's good vibes as well. Very good vibes. Athletic, can score goals. Incredible crosser of the ball. Again, let's talk. But again, just make sure you're respectful. We paid 50 million for that guy. You know what I'm saying? So don't come in with no silly offers. But we'll talk later, Man United fans. Like, we don't need to talk now, man. Business in the public and the open domain and whatnot. Yeah, it's just whatever. All right, let's keep it going, man. Saeed, yeah, fix up, man. Stop crying. Does he start? Again, Aaron, you know, you can only start dependent on form, dependent on the options available, dependent on many variables that we don't know right now. Who is going to be fit? Who is going to be on form? If he's on form, I'm more than happy to have him starting, you know, more than happy. If, say, Wesley Fofana's fully fit and he's playing brilliantly, he's on the bench for free. We don't mind. I'm happy to have him in the squad. I think he's a very good acquisition. I think he's going to be a good player for us. If he plays Conference League games, I have no doubt he's going to absolutely shell out. So, you know, I don't mind. He's one of those players that I think he's good enough to, when in form and at his best, I think he can start, and I don't worry too much about him. Same with Badiashile. If he's not in form and he's not playing well, obviously hold bench. But when you're free, you know, no one's going to worry about that. So I just think he's a good player. Healthy Fofana makes these rankings. Oh, yeah, we read this one out already. Big up Disco, brother. Let's see what else. A wise man once said we got elite recruitment. Robert, you realize that this guy coming in makes Disasi very much almost irrelevant. The guy that we spent 45 million euros on, 35 million great British pounds sterling, and you have the cheek to use this to your advantage. We're bringing in someone on a free that makes more sense than the guy you shameless bastard. Ah, brother. It's clear that the club still believes in Fofana. Of course, you have to believe. Believe. You have to believe, guys. I mean, you can't spend 80 million on someone a couple years ago and not believe anymore. You must. He's not going anywhere. No one's buying Wesley Fofana after 2 leg breaks. So you must believe. People are forgetting Fofana was shit for us, poor on the ball. What are you talking about? Who you support? He's Leicester. You just being salty, bruv. That's silliness. He's very good on the ball. Chelsea fans gassed and United fans sad, as if this guy is some all-time prodigy. If he was elite or had the potential to be elite, he wouldn't be at the bottom half. I don't know though, bro, because to be honest, sometimes centre-backs, you know, this is where they start to peak. It's where they start to peak, you know? Maybe people are sleeping on him. You know, sometimes, you know, careers, they peak at different points. It's not everybody can be star boy. Not everybody can be a prodigy at 18, 19, 20. Sometimes clubs are sleeping. Sometimes, you know, you need to go and prove yourself at a Fulham. Anderson was at Fulham as well. I think he used to partner him. I like Anderson. He's now at Palace. You know, so yeah, man, let's not do that. He's a good player. But if you're telling your fan base to calm down, I agree. Because like I said, if you're interested in Chalobah, that means you have good taste. If you are interested in a Cobham Academy graduate, that means you have good taste and you have an eye for talent. So you should be calm because your replacement is someone we don't even want to really let go. Like I said, for a price of 35 to 40, I would stomach the sale. I'm not going to cheer it, not going to be happy, not gassed. You know, good player. So definitely remain calm because you got great eyes. If we sell Trev, I want I'm not even going. You're not living in the real world. That's the problem with you. You're not living in the real world at all. That's a damn shame. You better wake up. You better wake up. What time is it? His brother's sleeping at 6 o'clock. What time, brother? You better not be from the UK with that kind of. Calma United fans. We're only signing elite or. You think that FA Cup really changed your life, didn't you? You pretend like you didn't finish 8th with a -1 goal difference, and that manager is still sitting there, still in that damn office talking that crazy talk, and you think that silly Billy, already elite potential players like Yoro, Hato. Yeah, these are all from my shortlist on FIFA. I'll be honest, I know all these guys. Yeah, they're all from my shortlist on FIFA. Good players, all of them under Ineos. Okay. We will be there if you don't sign those elite young players. You do love a transfer. Yes, we do. And if this leads to a transfer ban, I will not complain. I will not complain. You know, that's something I'm kind of already surprised we haven't already faced, but clearly the maths is mathing. So what can I say? East 95. Honestly, it feels good to make sensible, good value, free signing rather than an overpriced purchase. Hope we get Olise or Summerville. Olise is many levels clear of Summerville. I can't articulate how many levels clear. Of course, everybody knows this. So if there's a release clause, first of all, can we not go to court with Crystal Palace again? Because last time we tried to go for Olise's release clause, we ended up going to court, and then we just walked away, right? And then Lewis Hall ended up in Newcastle instead of Palace on loan. So if we're going to go for Olise, can we go through the proper channels? Can we go through all of the legal routes? Yeah, and not the back streets and alleys. Yeah, so that's one of my things, because our relationship with Palace has taken a little knock. Summerville, would I sign him? Listen, personally, I don't really think we should be signing him. I think he's a good player, but I would like to see him back in the Prem, or maybe make a move to, you know, one of those other clubs that are part of the mid-6, maybe the Brightons. I think he could be a good player for the Bournemouths. You know, I want to see him gradually step up. Because if he comes here, it's now him and it's Mudryk, right? And maybe that gives Mudryk a little kick up the arse. Maybe it gives him a little bit of a push. But he's not. It's not like a. We kind of need a new starter. It's not like we have Fofana, you know, hoping. Left wing, we don't have any starter. We got Sterling, who's going to naturally decline. We got Mudryk, who is still trying to get something out of, but it's like pulling teeth. Summerville gets goals. That's the one thing I do like about him. He does get goals. I think he's still a bit, you know, still a few things to improve in his game. Still a little bit raw, but he gets goals. And we do need goals in the front line. So in a positional play principle system, potentially where everybody's being told exactly where they need to be at exactly what time, maybe he is that person on the back stick, you know, back post, cut in, get goals, just drum up the GA from that left-hand side. Because right now it's all right heavy. You got a lot of chance creation on Olise's side, a lot of chance creation. Oh, I just said Olise's side like he's already here. Oh shit. Oh shit. I said Olise's side. Man United fans, don't get angry, man. God damn. Cole Palmer's side, Reece James, Gus, a lot of chance creation over there. Wonderful amounts of chance creation. Incredible, emphatic amounts of chance creation. Add Enzo Fernandez without a hernia injury. The vision, you know, it's just unbelievable. You do need an off-the-ball runner. You do need somebody who's just there to just get the goals, just to balance out the team, a bit of pace. So, you know, from a profile standpoint, I kind of do get why we're going for him. But at the same time, I'm like, Olise is clear. So, you know, we need a left winger. We don't need a right winger, but Olise is 10 times better. And just, yeah, it's one of those ones. I don't know what the price is as well. I mean, Leeds didn't go up. So if it's another really low cost move, and then, you know, it's potentially smart business. If you are considering Mudryk maybe not working out, then it makes a lot of sense, because, yeah, that brother is definitely not good price. That's the overpriced Mudryk for sure. Last window ago. Summerville deal is almost done. Where are you getting this from, Aaron? Where are you getting this from? What would we do without Joe Shields? I mean, does he have any connections to Summerville? Because if he does, that takes my confidence levels, you know, through the atmosphere. It's crazy if he's linked there as well. Why are they letting him go for free if he's good? Oh, because they can't negotiate a contract. His contract's expiring. It's running out. He's leaving because they couldn't agree a new deal. Tosin knows that he could move to a bigger, better club, So he's just not agreed a contract, and that's just that. They definitely don't want to lose him for free. That is like from the moment he steps in the door, that is automatically a £30 million player that we've just brought in for free. No doubt about it. £30 million, that's already there. Call me crazy, but I'll put a cheeky 200 on us next year. I will call you crazy. Openly, publicly, you are crazy. You are crazy. Ask Liverpool before coming for us. We take heads. Pause. I don't know what you even meant really by that, but you know, it is what it is. Chalobah is a squad player for us. Brother, what are you mentioning Real Madrid's targets in your mouth? Brother, stop it. Stop it. I'm glad we're not getting Osimhen. We're the club, we're the club where overpriced signings come to die. Who would you take? Sesko, Gyökeres, Openda? I think, or Boniface. Boniface was having some injury issues towards the back end, was he? Or was he just not starting? He wasn't starting for Leverkusen consistently, but he did have an injury issue around AFCON. Sesko's injury record is pretty much impeccable. There's not really too many issues there. Don't think Gyökeres has too many issues either. Do like his profile, do like his build, do like his age as well, experience coming into the team. He's only done 1 year at Sporting, so it's a little bit of a risk. The price on Gyökeres is very, very risky as well. I think they wanted about £80 million. 100 million euros. If he signed a new deal, 100 million pounds, 120 million euros release clause. So it's, yeah, all of these come with an element of risk. I do like Gyökeres' profile though. I do like his profile. I think he's one of those players that, especially in a possession-based team, you can count on him with his attributes, his touch, his kind of ball carrying ability to, you know, just link up everything nicely, but also finish, because it looks like his finishing has been really good in Sporting this season. Left foot, right foot, header. So Sesko is one of those investments. Again, it's not really the perfect harmony and balance between him, Washington, Dasher Fofana, Jackson. They're all young. They all need game time. They all need, you know, nurturing, clothing, feeding. It's long. It's kind of like it's a daycare up front, you know, it's nursery. But I do like what I'm seeing from Sesko a little bit. But I must say with Sesko is a small sample size because he wasn't starting for a lot of games at the start of the season. He's only really come towards the back end. He's just, in the video I did a couple of days ago, he is looking beautiful from a metric standpoint. The guy is, you know, like second highest conversion rate in Bundesliga, and, you know, non-penalty goals per 90. I think he's right up there as well. And, you know, his minutes to goal ratio is crazy. Even if you look at the variety of goals, you know, left foot, right foot, it's like 5 each, and then header, it's like another 5. No pens. It's nice. I must say, it's nice what he's bringing to the table. It's a shame that we've already got a young striker, so I don't know how that kind of works. I guess you could share the minutes out. Maybe Jackson plays on the wing. Jackson also very capable of playing out on the left wing, which I like about him. Playing as a second striker if Nkuku's not fit. And then you could play them together. So I'm not going to say absolutely no to Sesko, because I do think he has the potential to be a top striker. And the price is not stupid. But it's, you know, it's not the perfect balance. And obviously he's going to need time and, you know, like I said. So you do want someone to come and hit the ground running, ideally. But yeah, it's a sticky one still, I'll be real. It's a sticky one, but one thing I'm not gutted about is the Osimhen situation. I'm not gutted at all. I don't want to spend that money on Osimhen. That's one thing I've said a lot on this channel. I don't really want Osimhen for that price at all. He's, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, he's great aerially and whatnot, but for that price and for the kind of footballer he is, even finishing wise, he's just, we're talking Harry Kane fee. You know, that's the kind of level of striker I'm looking for that money. If you're not giving me those guarantees, then I'm personally going for a cheaper option. So yeah, there was bust potential there. If Sesko goes to Arsenal, who should we sign? I wouldn't mind Isak at Newcastle, but it's not going to happen. It's very unrealistic. It's another striker that I really, really like. I love everything about his game. So, you know, that would be kind of incredible if we could get him, but again, that's just not going to happen probably. So yeah, that's another name, I guess, to throw out there, but ridiculously unrealistic. Sources tell me Olise is next. You heard it here. Omar. Okay. We only signed Disasi after Fofana's injury. I know. It's just a bit frustrating that you get a manager that wants to press high and then you sign a centre back that's not fast. It's kind of the basics, you know. I like Disasi. I will never, you know, slander like a madness on Disasi. I just think Disasi is not making sense to where we're going. You know, when you're talking about Poch not making sense for where we're going with the players we're signing, Disasi's another one of those people that just don't really make any sense with where we're going. I think Disasi still could do a very good job for some teams, but you know, it just doesn't make any sense. Did you share gummies with the owners? There is reports that you want to go for title next season. No, I don't share. I'm not a sharer. I'm not a big sharer when it comes to these things. Haribos are all mine. We don't share these things. Get your own packet. You know what I'm saying? They're not that expensive. If Joe Shields wanted to sign a bad, no, Disco, you're doing too much. If he's had a couple drinks and he's made a mistake in his computer and typed in the wrong player, I'm not backing it. It's not anything goes. You haven't done anything yet, mate, to be getting that kind of nah, that's crazy. Man said Aubameyang. No. Really missed the times when we were getting players like Rodrigo. Rodrigo. That's see, when we're talking about Summerville, I'm thinking about Rodrigo, bro. That's the level. That's the level on the left wing. If you could bring me in Rodrigo to look after the Angelos and Andre Santoses and Estavals, I'm moving heaven and hell for Rodrigo. I'm moving the world for Rodrigo. That's the kind of left wing. You see me, left wing and right wing are prestigious positions. These are the positions that people pay money for. These are the positions that get people off their feet. These are the tricks, the flicks, the Eden Hazard area. I need the best. So when you're talking about Summerville, it's nice, but it's not the best. Rodrigo, the levels, the potentials is crazy. That player there, people don't realize how good he is because he's been playing right wing a lot, kind of letting Vinny do his thing. But that brother on the left wing, if it's too much for him, and this is why this is why Champions League football for me is like, you must. It's not something that I celebrate. Just you must, because it's these type of players that you can bring in once you get that qualification. Do you know what I'm saying? You can actually talk about Rodrigo with chest. I can't talk about Rodrigo in Conference League with no Jordan kits. Come on, man. This is the kind of player that I want to sign on the left wing. Not your Mudricks and Sterlings and Summervilles and Somersets and I want Rodrigo, bro. That's the levels. That's the levels, people. It's pissing me off. I think there could be movement. I don't know. Maybe not this season, but give it a year. Not enough minutes, maybe. Vinny's there. Mbappe's there. New Turkish wonder kid's looking good too. Endrick. There's not enough space, maybe. It's like a Pedro leaving a Barcelona. Bring. Very frustrating, man. But you can't talk about players like that in the Conference League. I'll be honest. You can't be singing the songs of whoa, and then talking about Rodrigo. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, man. You can't be singing those songs, man. And green lines. No, it's not gonna work. it's not gonna work. Do you know who else was at City as well? I didn't realize, but Pedro Porro was at Man City as well. He came through. Maybe some of you guys already know, some of the nerds. I think Douglas Luiz as well is another one. Lavia, of course. Man City. They produce. I must say, they produce. Like Pedro Porro at right back for Man City. This Man City team over Kyle Walker. Hey, listen. The finishing, the crossing, the technical abilities, the capabilities, the facilities, it's crazy. It's mad. It would be nice. I'll be honest. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Talking about Summerville in the evening, it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense, bro. Yeah, but listen, man, we can't get Rodrigo, but and do you know why Rodrigo for me is like head and shoulders above someone like a Leao? Because, like I said, Leao off the ball is very scary. Like, he's a bit lazy. Rodrigo will give you everything. He'll give you the technical ability. He'll give you the skill. He'll give you the goals. He'll also work his ass off as well when need be. So when you're building a team now, you need everybody to kind of buy in, and he will buy in. That's what I love about him, man. He's the complete package, man. I could only wish. I'd take him over everybody at the moment. Over Leao, all of them, man. It's just not gonna happen, though. It's not gonna happen. It is what it is. What can you do? What can you do? Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so it's but this is the situation we're in. I've not watched enough of that, brother. La Liga, isn't it? Yeah, I've not watched enough. And who's Sloth? Arne Slot? Do you mean Arne Slot? Arne Slot doesn't play up front. And a Sloth, that's far too slow. Who's that, bruv? Sloth? I'm not having a Sloth up front. That's slow. Listen, nah, bro, we gotta be some sort of pace in this team. Well, I don't know who you're talking about. Sesko, listen, I don't know what's going on because John Cross is moving a bit mad. I don't really know. I don't know the reliability anymore. So yeah, let's see. Let's see, man. Sesko, let's see what happens. There's enough strikers to go around. Man. Not everybody's gonna get anyone and everyone. So yeah, let's see. It's a shame that Man City got Alvarez because Alvarez is another striker I like, even though probably doesn't help us from an aerial standpoint in terms of I was saying that we should probably go for a striker that's aerially on point, or at least can be on point potentially, because we need not only going forward the option for someone like a Reece James or Palmer. God forbid you bring in Olise. That crossing that he has is ridiculous, right? Best crosser out of all of our wingers if he comes in. His dead ball specialist, is crazy right there. So, you need someone that can take advantage of that. It's nice doing the pretty stuff and the little intricate little passes and 1-2s, but sometimes you just need to just get the ball to Olise, left foot, cross the ball, direct, header, back in the net. Like we're here for points and prizes. We're not here for foolishness. So it would be nice to get a striker that can do that. And then on top of that, defensively, I keep saying his name, Didier Drogba. What was he on? Near post, head the ball away, don't even mark anyone, just attack the ball. That's a help in the defensive side on the set pieces. So if we could bring in a striker that could potentially help us defend, set pieces as well. I think Sesko's like 6'5". We've just brought in Tosin, that's 6'5". This is how you rebalance the team from a physicality standpoint, potentially. You start to now, you've done your little flicks and tricks, you've done your little step overs and Brazilians, and now let's start adding some physicality. Let's start adding some, so we can balance this out, because Esteval is not going to win a header. Kendry Pires is not going to win a header. These brothers are completely pointless in these scenarios, and these scenarios exist when you're going to Brentford and they're doing a long throw. Kendry Pires is not going to save you. So we need to balance the books. Let's see. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Listen, there was no real Olise news the other day. People were talking about, Olise is closer to Chelsea. I don't know, what are we doing, the cha-cha slide? What do you mean closer? Like putting a bid or shut up? I don't know what this even means. What kind of journalism? Okay, it's closer. What did he move house? Is he what do you mean by that? What are your intentions with my fan base? Telling people that Olise is coming closer. What does that even mean? Sometimes we don't speak enough on these. What is that? What kind of news is that? Sometimes I see reports and I just think to myself, are you actually taking the actual piss? Like someone said, Chalobah and Gallagher want to stay. Well, no shit, Sherlock. What other clues have you got? My goodness. Like, can we be real here? Serious substance in the reports, or just don't report at all? Man, am I saying he's closer? What did he do? What did he do? It's crazy. I don't know. That's not news to me. I won't be reporting on it. I refuse. What I did report on today earlier, which was that Osimhen is not happening, right? That's concrete, clear, concise, done. He's not coming, right? That's what Fab said anyway. He said it's not happening. He's not even on the list. It's not even a negotiation. No surprise to me personally. Just nice to have it clarified and confirmed so we can move on, because it's been a pipe dream. People have been talking about the John Obi Mikel podcast, and Drogba put his arm around him, and they stayed at the same hotel for the AFCON, so he must be coming. Boy. Is John Obi Mikel going to pay his wages? Is Drogba going to pay his transfer fee? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Some foolishness. Some absolute foolishness. Too much propaganda, not enough substance. Pure foolishness. We're talking about the ones and zeros here. We're not talking about friends, WhatsApps, group chats. Unless you're going to put the money down, be quiet. Femme de la mouche. All right, let's see what's being tweeted, because apparently something's being tweeted. I'm only going to go on for about 13 more minutes. I'm going to stop at 6:30 because we got a watch along at 7. I'm going to give myself half an hour to make edits and eat food, and hopefully by then I should be ready to go with the flow. All right, PYS people are telling me what's going on. Conte wants Lukaku at Napoli as top target. Yes. Come on. I don't even know the source. I don't even care. I don't give a shit if you're tier 9. That's what I'm talking about. Bring. Get that man out of my club. Get that man out of my club. When he leaves my football club, I'm going to throw a party. Confetti. Cake. More than you can believe. Get that man out of my club. Get that man out of my club. I've been praying for days like this, man. I've been praying for times like this. Get that man out of my club. I don't even want to see his face for pre-season. I don't think you understand. I don't even want to see him in pre-season. Don't even board the flight to America. I don't want to see you in the reserves. I don't want to even see you next to Whisper Richards whispering. I don't want to see you. Get out of my club. Get out of my club. This is why Conte is a legend. Whatever lawsuit he did against our club, fully justified. Get out. Take that man to Napoli. How can he go from Roma to Napoli? He don't even care, man. He don't understand rivalry anyway. Just get him out, man. Get him out. Oh, I'm telling you, man. That's better than any signing, man. That dopamine will be different. And Iceman, you can hold that as well. Because this guy is always talking about, oh, but yeah, if he comes back, get him out, man, so we can stop these conversations. You know, sometimes on Twitter, it will be like Vince or someone else, one of these Chelsea Twitter accounts will come post, would you take Lukaku back? ? Would Lukaku work back at Chelsea? Stop asking these questions, bruv. Disengagement farming. Stop these questions. Get this man out of my club and we can move on into the Somerset, yeah? Into the Summerville, bruv. Get out of my club. Traitor, bruv. Fraud, cheat, disgrace. Get out of my club. Bro, I'm telling you, one thing I do regret is not saying yes to the Vlahovic swap for Lukaku. Even though I don't rate Vlahovic as highly as others, and I'm not like flying the Vlahovic flag. I didn't really want Vlahovic that badly. But to get Lukaku out of my club, hey, I'll take Patrick Bamford, bro. I don't give a damn who. Just get that man out of my club. Someone please. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've just come back from Amsterdam, and I've just forgotten where I am in it. You know, for a brief moment in time, I forgot where I was. So it is what it is. What are you fuming at? What, bro? What are you fuming about, bro? Bro, why are you fuming? Why are you fuming? And stop asking us to take Nketiah, man. Oh, okay, you can cry. Cry harder, man. Cry louder. Talking about crying about that. Silly Billy. Let's see, man. Let's see how that progresses. Conte, a legend. He's the GOAT. And apparently they're going to have a budget. But I think their budget was mainly coming from the fact that Osimhen was meant to go. I don't know where Osimhen's going to go, I'll be honest. I have no idea where that guy's going to go. Maybe PSG. I think PSG is actually the most likely destination. Even though he wants to go to the Premier League, I think it will be PSG. Because Mbappe off the wage, I don't know how much they're saving per year, but it will be a lot of money. I know people are saying they didn't get a transfer fee, but just him leaving, you know, coming off the wage bill, that's a lot of money. So I think PSG, man. And that will do. That'll do, donkey, bruv. That will do. Let's just get that deal done. And then Lukaku goes to Napoli, works with Conte. They both love each other. We all move on. And I mean a permanent transfer with the release clause that we have in his contract as well. Permanent transfer, not a loan, with an option. I don't even, bruv, get the deal done and finished. Signed and delivered. And let's go, man. Enough of this saga, enough of this nonsense. Every transfer when I'm out here praying. Enough of it. Let's see. Yeah, we're not taking Nketiah, but you know, we appreciate the fact that you're looking out for us and that you're always trying to help us with your Ramsdales and your Nketiahs and your old Nennies. And I don't know who you think this. I don't know who you think we are. You know, we might not be at our peak and our prime, but we ain't broke, and we certainly ain't gonna be taking your leftovers. That's for sure. You know, we could cook our own food over here. You know, we definitely gonna cook our own food. We're not gonna take your leftovers and your microwaved pizza from the night before. No, 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 no. We go and cook our own food. Even if it don't taste good, we still gonna keep cooking our own food. We independent over here. We ain't gonna be eating your food. So you just stop with that. You need to go to like Bournemouth fan channel or something. I don't know. You need to be shipping your players elsewhere. You're not gonna do it here. We're not interested. We're not interested. Imagine leftovers from team that's not even lifting things. You're not Man City. Slow down with that. Trying to create some sort of feeder club, drip down system, pyramid scheme. No, no, no. No, no, no. You're not those guys. You're not those guys. um listen, I don't think we need to be careful about anybody copying our model. No one's gonna spend 1 billion in 18 months, bro. I'll tell you that for free. No one's copying our model until somebody does that. Some foolishness. If you man buy Olise, we'll throw Joel Ward in for free. No, thank you. Thank you very much, Eagles, but no, thank you. Yeah, it would be in your it would be in your best interest to do business with us over Manchester United, because there's one thing I can tell you is that we have far more talented young players that we have purchased previously that you could be very interested in. I like Angelo a lot. Looks like he's just going to be a wheeler and dealer type player. But for you, my friend, Angelo will be wonderful. You will love Angelo. He is one hell of a star boy. So, you know, there are players that we could bring to you and you would be very happy with them. Very happy. So, you know, maybe even you know, you never know if the stockpiling gets too crazy. Maybe a Madueke could run over there if because you know we can't have all of the right wingers. So maybe even a Madueke, very good. So you know who are you going to get from Man United? Anthony. It's not going to happen. You know, it's not going to happen. So it's just you know, just have a little think about it. You know, we've done good business. Loftus Cheek, how good was that loan? Conor Gallagher, how good was that loan? Mark Gurhey, he plays at centre back. He's captained your club. Now, have Man United done any good deals with you? When Walton was going around in January and we were interested, you know what we said? No, it's fine. Man, let Crystal Palace do their thing. So, you know, what has Man United done for you? That's all I want you to think about. What have Man United done for you? They don't have nothing to bring to the table. They have nothing to bring to the table here. So, yeah, man, just remember that. Remember that. We'll look after you, man. You look after us, we look after you. Man United don't do that. Man United just look after themselves. Nasty bunch. Nasty bunch. See, I'm telling you, you have me at head of negotiations, and I'm telling you, I'll get these deals done. You gave them a goalkeeper. Well, who was the goalkeeper? Henderson. Who did you give him? Who did you give? Tom Heaton? Ben Foster? Lee Grant? Bruv. Who did you give? You didn't. Dean Henderson. Where is he now? Did that work out? Where is he now? Is he still there? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, there you have it. Sometimes we're better not to speak. Sometimes silence is deafening. City can keep their hands off of our Pedro Porro. Okay. Listen, I'm just saying, you know, the talent is there. Alexander 1.05 GA in La Liga. I'm gonna crunch the numbers and find out what that truly means. What time is it? I'm gonna find out. Sounds like the goal ratio is ratioing very nicely. Someone please clip. No. There's no need for that. This is a community. You know, we're all happy to be here. There's no need to be grassing man out to the Twitters. All right, we don't do that here. Don't need to do that. Twitter's tapped. We don't need to do that. We're going to come to a close here because I think I've kind of spoken about everything. So we've had Tosin on a free, breaking news, 6'5" centre back from Fulham, good on the ball, quick, good aerially, very much ready on a free transfer to participate in any capacity, whether it's on a rotational thing, on the bench, starting the Conference League, starting the Prem, because he's got the experience, 26. I'm hoping there's some leadership traits in there as well. Good start to the window. First signing from Maresca. Get your deals done early. If you're going to get Olise, the release clause is there. Don't fuck it up again. Get it done early. If you're going to get a striker, Sesko release clause is there. If that is what you're going to do, quicker you get these deals done, quicker you can get everybody in for preseason at the beginning. They can learn the new ways of the manager and just shut the window. We don't sign any more players. The only thing we do is loans out and sales for players that need to leave or were always going to leave, right? And we've made peace with it now at this point. So that's how you got to move. Everybody ready? So we can get match day 1, August, all good. And remember, we got Conference League playoffs as well. I want everybody registered for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't go anywhere. Got Conference League playoffs on August. I don't know who we're playing, but everybody needs to be ready. I don't know who we're playing. The draw will be in August, but we got Conference League playoffs. I want to qualify for the Conference League now. Now that we finished where we finished, we need to win it. Can't be going out to no Conference League team. I don't see any links to this player. I don't see any links. Sorry, Harry. I don't know if you're trying to set me up. But unfortunately, you failed because I didn't wake up an hour ago. All right. So nice try. All right, guys, listen. I will drop a video for you tomorrow. Okay. So don't go anywhere. I think Maresca will be announced on Monday. And I'm sure hopefully this signing will be announced next week. And I mean by the club because now the dopamine's gone. All right, let's move on to the next signing. So, yeah, we got Champions League in half an hour. We'll do the watch along. We'll ring Saeed. We'll laugh at him. And then we'll watch the Dortmund and Real Madrid game. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash up the likes. And I'll see you guys next time. Big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.